Hello, friends. Okay, I realize it's been a week. Oh, I have a reminder. Okay. Thank you, Alexa. You can go away now. So, it's been a week since I told y'all about hurting myself, and I didn't give you the results of. Okay, so I had to go to the imaging center the following day, but they called me early in the morning and was like, oh, to get the x-ray you have to go to this location, and to get the ultrasound you have to go to a different location. And I explained to them I cannot do that because I don't drive, and I'm going to have to take Metrolift, to get this done. So I called Dr. Wynn back and said his suggestion had been emergency room if need be. So we went ahead and agreed to that, and he called and let them know that I was coming. And so actually, I needed Katie to go with me, so we wound up taking Uber or Lyft, one of those. I think it was Uber. And oh my God, y'all. Trying to get in that car, the guy had a mid-sized SUV. It should have been pretty easy for me to get in, but my legs were still swollen, from that kidney fluid that I'm still fighting, but I couldn't get my prosthetic leg on because it was swollen. So I had nothing to support my lower body on. Not good. We finally got into the car, and I'm crying like a baby. I felt so bad for the guy that was driving. He didn't really seem to offer to help Katie. He let her do it on her own, and I was only as much help to her as I could be. It was horrible. So we get to the emergency room. We let them know Dr. Wynn sent us, and they have they do their thing. So Dr. Wynn walks up and he says, how are you? And I said, I'm in a lot of pain, and I think I'm going to throw up. He said, okay. He went to the back, and a minute later, they came and called me. And I did throw up, yeah. It was wrong. So we did, the lady came in and did the ultrasound. It was for circulation, I guess, but they were checking for a blood clot. And I had also told Dr. Wynn that I thought something was broken. And he said, well, we'll get an x-ray of the knee. That's what he had said at the office. So we do the x-ray, and again, horrifically painful, because, I had to move from the bed I was in to the x-ray bed. And they were helpful, but, I've had no pain medication. I'm just jacked up. I'm hurting. And, I am not a big baby. I can take some pain. I pretty much suck it up because I'm like, it'll be done in a minute. It'll be over in a minute and you'll be okay. But it wasn't done in a minute, and I wasn't okay. So we get back to my room, and we're waiting for the doctors, to see what the x-ray and everything said. And they give me some morphine, and it was not enough morphine. It didn't barely deaden the pain, and Virginia knows morphine. Oh, I do. So anyway, the doctor comes in and says, we're going to release you. We didn't find anything. And I said, you didn't find anything? And he said, no, there was no blood clot. We checked your circulation. And, I'm in pain. I'm like, I didn't ask about the x-ray yet. It totally went out of my head. How it could, I don't know. So I think I just really wanted to go home as well. So now we have to call Uber to pick us up. So thank God the guy that comes, he's in like a Mazda 3, like I'd say my car, but it's not my car anymore, but average size car. Young guy. So Katie is getting me in the front seat, and I'm whining like a baby. I'm crying. And I guess the guy tried to help her, and she was like, I got it, letting him know. But it was very nice, I thought, that he offered, and she thought it was nice too, but she knew what I needed, so, how to get me in the car. And I was in the front seat, and I felt bad because, man, I cried all the way home, like the big ass baby. I cried all the way home. And getting out of the car, I think he finally did help a little bit there. I know that the transfer was easier. So we get in the house and everything, and poor Katie's got to get me on the bed, y'all. It was bad. She went to work the next day, and I called her because I had had an accident on myself because I can't get up. I can't do anything. And so she came home and she said she was staying home for the day. And I said, well, how are you going to do that? Well, her job knows that I have problems, health problems. And so they told her to do that FEML paperwork. Is it Family Emergency Medical Leave or something like that? I don't know. And we got Yvonne and Dr. Pandy and everybody to sign the paperwork. And so what it is she doesn't get paid for the days that she has to take off to take care of me. But she's guaranteed not to lose her job. And, at that point, that's all we could ask for. Hold on, let me get a drink. I found a drink I like. I'm going to show it to you. Being diabetic, I don't drink sodas or anything like that. Y'all know I drink water and coffee. Dr. Pepper, zero sugar, cream soda. I have always loved me a cream soda. Always. So I got excited when I saw it, but I'm such not a soda head that I was kind of, should I? And you know what I did? I'm glad I did. I enjoy it. That's the first one I've had in 2 weeks. I don't drink it very often. It's not good for you. But what is? So now I'm at the point. Okay. So I still can't get my prosthetic leg on. We're talking 3 or 4 days now. Katie's been taking care of me, and I'm trying to help me the best that I can. And we were trying to get on the bed, and then I remembered when I first came home from my amputation, they gave me a transfer board that goes from your wheelchair. You stick, here it is. It looks like this. So you stick like this end underneath your ass. You kind of have it at an angle. So you have it under, like, here's your ass, you're straight. You have it under there, and then you get on it, and you scooch up it. You can hold on to this and scooch up on it. But Katie holds it for me, and I hold on to this and pull myself. So I'm so glad that I remembered we had that. I've been using it since she had to go back to work on Friday, which was yesterday. Today's only Saturday. But it still hurts. So what happened was, okay, I got tramadol when it first happened from Dr. Wynn. And we took it, and then Dr. Wynn was going to call in that Tylenol with codeine. Well, CVS kept claiming they didn't have any in stock. So I was talking to Yvonne, my kidney nurse, and I was telling her, man, I'm in so much pain. I can't put any weight on this foot because I had an appointment we had to reschedule because I told her there's no way I'm going to be able to get in and out of that car. Just there's not. So she called Dr. Pandy, the nephrologist, and he prescribed me 10 more tramadol. Well, I went ahead and I had it delivered because I had 2 pills left, and I'm really, I was really trying not to, I don't want to abuse them. If the pain is tolerable, then I'll take it, but honestly, it hasn't been. So what I would also do, and this is wrong, don't do what I do. I had Ativan, and it probably expired a couple of years ago. I got it over here. But I used to have to go in this hyperbaric machine. I think I told y'all about it. And they would have to give me Ativan because I'm not that person who freaks out, what am I trying to say? In closed spaces and stuff. Oh my God, the word. There went the word. That's what happens when you get old. It sits right here, and then it goes, nah. or leave me know. So anyway, I usually don't freak out about stuff like that, but I was getting panic attacks, so they put me on Ativan. So what I would do is I would take a tramadol, and I would take two of the Ativan because the Ativan would like uh, relax my muscles because my muscles kept tightening and loosening and tightening and loosening, and it hurt. I don't know why it was doing that, but it was. So the pills come, I had them delivered, like I said. Katie brings them in, and there's four. And I'm like, the hell am I going to do with four? But on the bottle it said 10, and it was circled, which they usually do that. Like if they don't have all 10, they'll circle it. So I told her what that must have been what happened. And this was, at night, so I couldn't call CVS. It was late by the time we looked in the bottle. Okay, hold on. I use my transfer thing as a table. Okay. So anyway, the next day I keep trying to call CVS. I swear, y'all, they had me on hold a half an hour, 45 minutes. The third time I finally got a hold of somebody, and he's checking it out, looking, in the computer. He puts me on hold, picks the phone up, and hangs up on me. No. I said, screw it. I had 4 pills, so I decided that I was going to call Dr. Wynn the next day and tell him that I couldn't believe the x-ray didn't show anything. Something's broken, something. I think it's like my last toe, the bone that goes from the toe to the ankle is fractured or something. So I called the next day, and I was talking to Dixie, the receptionist. I love her. And I said, look, I can't believe they didn't find anything. Something's got to be broken. I'm in so much pain. I told her what they did with the tramadol and all of this. And she says, I'll talk to Dr. Wynn and call you back. So about an hour later, they call back, and she's like, well, they didn't check for broken bones. And I said, well, Dr. Wynn said he said to check the knee, just see if it was broke or fractured or whatever, because my legs were so swollen. And at that point, I couldn't tell you where the pain exactly was, because it felt like it was everywhere. So yeah, she's telling me they didn't do that. And Katie was in the room with me, so when she, later I was like, this happened, right? He said this, right? And I said this, right? And she's like, yeah. And you took your x-ray. I said, yeah, I know I did. It hurt like hell. So anyway, we still are not determined for sure if anything is broken or fractured or the hairline crack. I don't know, but it feels like it is. And today was the first day I can get my leg on, so I'm not taking it off, because it does make getting on the bed and doing what I need to do to use the facilities a little bit easier. So I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on. I haven't thrifted. I mean, I really can't, because, I used that left foot to, go through the store. I can't use it, so neither of my hands are going to be free. So I don't really know how I would pull that off. Katie would have to go with me. And I don't really want to ask her to do that right now. She's done enough. She's gone beyond, and I feel horrifically guilty about it that, she works all day and then she got to come home and take care of Mom. So let's hope that we get a speedy recovery. What is this? And why is it? We don't like that. No, see? We'll do like this. Look, I am 20 years younger. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, y'all, hopefully things will get better soon. But Dr. Wynn did call me in tramadol, 50 milligram this time, and 120 of them. So I don't think there's going to be a problem with the pain. I mean, the tramadol doesn't take away all the pain, but it cuts it, and I'll take that. I'll take it. Oh, and my wheelchair's broken officially. I don't know if you can see this right down here, but there's supposed to be a round piece, and it's my father-in-law says he thinks it was where the bearings were. So the tire, it's like you know when you put your emergency brakes on and you forget, and then you start your car and you start to drive, and your car's like, "Rrr, why is it doing that?" Okay, well that's kind of like what it is. It's like my emergency brake is on, and it I have to go in circles. I have to grab on the corners and pull myself. So I was actually talking to Yvonne again. She's a blessing. And I was telling her about the wheelchair being broken, and because it was about the appointment. And I'm like, girl, I did this. Not only am I broken, but my wheelchair is broken. So she said to get a prescription from Dr. Wynn, have them fax it over to her. She would give it to their social worker and see if they could work on getting me a new one. Social Security only gives you a wheelchair once every 5 years, which I understand, but it's weird because like the first time I needed a repair, it wasn't even a year old and it didn't cost me anything. But then it's like you own it because I called and they're like, oh well, you're gonna have to pay now. You own it now. Now you're gonna have to start paying for anything that needs to be fixed. So Paul could do the little things. I haven't told him about this. I'm not gonna ask for any help from him or anything. He, gosh, last time I talked to him was, I guess, about 3 weeks ago. He texted me and said, hey, I haven't heard from you. How are you doing? And I was like, I just let him know I was fine. And then his next question was, he has a friend named Ed. His next question was, hey, Ed, I was telling Ed what you're doing on eBay, and he wants to know where you get your stuff. Excuse me? Y'all know how, mystery boxes I bought, liquidations, going to thrift stores and all that. Those liquidating places are hard to find. They really are for what you're specifically looking for. So, I mean, because there's a lot of companies out there where you get shit. You can't resell it. It's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, I listed those little games, handheld games. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was from a liquidation. There was 10 of them. With shipping and everything, it was $176. And, we figured we'd probably get 20 each. Not a big profit, but something. So I listed them. And then last week, I got an email from eBay saying they had to take that product down because of licensing with that company. So I can't even sell them on eBay. So I'm stuck with that. That's a $176 loss. So I guess people are going to be getting cheap-ass handheld games in their Christmas stockings this year. Yeah. And maybe a headlamp. I don't know. So anyway, I'm almost done selling all of those Bose speakers. There's only 2 left. And we did, so far, our profit on that has only been about 150, but still that's good. We still have 2 left. I've got one that the light only changes from yellow to green, and I've been trying to charge it to see if that had something to do with it, but I can't get a charger in there. I don't know if I'm using the wrong size. It looks like the right size. So I don't know if the port is like damaged. I looked in there, but I didn't see any bent pins. I used to do that for a living years ago. Long story. So technically, I guess we've got one. I sold that Wilson leather jacket, the trench coat. It was cute because Robert modeled it. My mom's boyfriend, he put it on for me, and I took pictures of him in it. Without his head, of course, but I believe he helped sell it. I do. So I was asking 65. I got an offer for 50, and I just counter offered at 55, and they accepted. So that went out today. What else have we sold? I mean, the things we've been selling have been pretty good. I was trying to remember what I've sold. Anyway, it's about $100 a week. I mean, it's good passive income. You know, it gives me something to do. I need really to move some product before I go thrifting because I'm running out of space to store stuff, and the holidays are coming, and I do have stuff I'm saving to list probably towards the end of this month, the beginning of November. Probably put my store on sale. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I just need to sell shit. I just need to move stuff. So anyway, that's my update. I'm not a stunt woman. I'm just a get girl. Bye.